So this is a new segment. It's called Bae Watch, and it's basically about. It's basically take you on a journey of my renewed love life and the person that's in my life and everything like that. So I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna take you on a journey because I've been in the best mood as of lately, and I've been giving y'all more videos, more content, giving y'all more of me and everything like that. And I have just been in the biggest, in the happiest space in life, and I haven't been in the happy space like this in a long time. Like 2015 and 2016 have been hard years for me. I swear they have been, and it reflects in my performance on my videos and everything like that. But I am in the best place right now. I have a lot, I'm in the best place. I'm not in the greatest place, but I'm in the best place mentally right now. And it's really, really great. And I'm so happy. Like, very, 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 very happy. Even with everything that's going on around me, I'm still able to be happy. And I'm happy to be happy. You know what I'm saying? So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Baywatch. And Baywatch is about the Bay that's in my life right now. And this particular this is segment number 1. So it's basically me taking you on a journey. In segment number 1, which is this one right here, is basically about how I know this person, how we met, and everything. Because we're basically in the beginning stages of everything right now. So that's the journey I'm taking you on. I'm gonna take you on a journey through my relationship because of the simple fact that I read comments. I don't respond to everybody all the time, but I read comments, and a lot of you guys was like, we love to hear about your relationship journeys. We love to hear about your love journeys, and we want you to be happy. So hopefully y'all want me to be the way I am right now because it's amazing. So, y'all know I don't like to name names. I'm not going to name no names right now because this particular situation is still kind of private. The only people that knows about this is my close friends and cousins and stuff like that. It's not necessarily public right now because we just started, but it's still private, so I'm not going to call any names. I'm not even going to put our picture as the thumbnail right now due to the fact that we're still dating. We're not in a full-fledged relationship. We're dating. So, I'm going to keep everything private for now until everything becomes more and more serious. So, let's just say this. I met him in March while I was going to see my psychic for the very first time. Shout out to Miss Sheila. She's a psychic in my city. A lot of people around here goes and get read by her, and I actually go and get read by this woman every month. Honestly, every month I go to see her because some things I need is a lot of questions that I sometimes need answers to, and she gives them to me sometimes. So, well, not sometimes, all the time, because everything that she's told me has come true, and it's weird as fuck, but it's come true. So, yeah, I met him because we've always been on Facebook as Facebook friends, but we've never conversed or nothing like that. But I met him in person at Miss Sheila's house when we were going to get read, and we waved at each other, and I looked at him, and I thought he was so cute, but I didn't say anything. At the time, I was talking to somebody else, and I was there to get myself read, and get them read to see where their head was at. So when we went back there to get read, when Miss Sheila was like, well, I told this young man that just left out here that later on this year he's gonna find love, blah blah blah. So I didn't think nothing of it because I had just met this boy, we didn't even exchange words or anything like that. We was just literally just said hi and just kept it moving. That's all. So one night I was on Facebook, and I was looking at his photos, and then I, started liking them, just to get his attention. And he finally I got his attention. He got in my inbox. We exchanged numbers and stuff. So we were just talking. We talked on the phone for like a good little hour, but that was it. And like 2 weeks later, my friend Jana that I've spoken about, she passed away. Come to find out, Jana was his best friend, which I knew that was his best friend, but I did not talk to him like that. I didn't talk to him at all back then, but I knew that they were friends, but that was his best friend. And we had that in common. We shared that same pain because we were both missing her. And I ran into him again at Jana's funeral. We hugged and everything. So after the funeral, he called me. He asked me to have lunch with him. So I went and had lunch with him. We just talked and everything like that. You know, everything was cool. We were just sitting there getting to know each other. And it was like a random lunch. It wasn't a date. He just asked me to go to lunch with him. When we came back to my house, we made out and all sorts of stuff. We didn't have sex or nothing like that. We just made out in the car, and I went in the house. But from that point on, he kind of pushed himself back from me, and I moved on and started talking to somebody else. So, I was still, his grandmother died like a month later, and I reached out to him, gave him my condolences, and he was very appreciative of that. But we still wasn't there. There was a mutual respect, but we wasn't there. He had his situation and I had mine. So that's pretty much what it was. So going through the summer, I was still talking to this guy, and he was still talking whoever he was talking to, which is why he wasn't paying me any attention. He wasn't disrespectful, he wasn't rude or nothing. It's just that he had his own situation, and so did I. You know what I'm saying? So then, I started having issues with the previous person that I was talking to for 6 months. I started talking to him in like April, and then like in July, we were having a conversation. He was like, well, and I'm not talking about the guy that this Bae Watch is about. I'm just talking about the guy that came before him. He was like, well, sometimes I think about going back to my ex-boyfriend, but then I realized that it's not worth it. So that made me back the fuck off, because I've already had that situation when somebody left me for their ex. I already had that situation. So that with you being with your ex and you even thinking about being back with your ex, that makes me think that that's where you want to be. So I backed off. I never stopped talking to him. I just backed the fuck off. So I want to say like in late August, the guy that I'm talking to now, I asked him out on a date, and he was like, oh my God, that really just put a smile on my face. I would be honored to go out on a date with you, but can we talk first? I said, cool. So he called me, and he was telling me how he was just getting out of a bad situation with this guy. He had a long distance relationship. The guy had a baby on him, and he was willing to accept it, but even though he accepted it, the guy wanted him to still be with him, and he wanted to still be with his baby mama too, and it was just a lot of stuff. So I gave him advice on that, because I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, and the guy's younger than me. I'm 27, he's like 23. For some reason I keep attracting all these younger guys, but it is what it is. So that was it for that. So we agreed that we're gonna go out on some dates, we're gonna get to know each other, and we're gonna take it slow. Went out on our first date. I took him to the movies, and I took him to Ichiban, and then we went to the park. He enjoyed himself. The second date we went to High Heaven. We went to CC's Pizza because he loves pizza. The last date we went on, I took him to the State Fair. I spent a lot of money on him. And then then Sunday night, I called him. I told him, when you get off of work, come by the house, because I got something for you. He didn't know what I had for him. So when he got here, I wrote him a note first. He read it, and he was in awe of all the things that I said. I wish I could read it right now, but I don't have it on me right now. But I wrote him a letter, and he was overwhelmed with that. So I said, so here's what I got for you. I pulled out a bag, and I pulled out a Puma box. He opened the Puma box, and it was some Puma sandals that he had told me he wanted on our first date. But see, he wasn't asking me to buy the shoes. He was just saying how much he loved the shoes and how he'd been wanting to get the shoes since they came out. But, with me being a great listener, I listened and I said, I'm going to get him those shoes. I had already made it. I didn't make it up in my mind on the first date that I would get them. But the more we saw each other, because we've been dating for a month. It's been a month over, like a month and a week since our first date, and we're still dating right now. We're about to go on our fourth date. We're going to go see the new Medea movie, the Halloween movie. So we're planning our fourth date already. So we've been dating for like a good month. And, you know, after the second, because even in between dates, we've seen each other in between our outings. So it's like I've seen this guy so many times already over the last month. And I had already made up in my mind, like after the second date, that I was going to get the shoes. I ordered the shoes like 2 weeks ago, and I got them in the mail this past Saturday. And when I got back home from being out with my homeboys all weekend, I texted him and I said, come by the house when you get off work. When he saw those shoes, he could not take it. He was like, oh my God, Scotty, I can't believe this. Oh my God. I gave him the shoes and he was overwhelmed. He was about to cry and all sorts of stuff. And I just told him, I'm doing this for you because I want you to know that I'm digging you. I want you to know that I like you. I want you to know that you're important to me. I want you to know that I care about you. And I want you to know that you're appreciated, because I haven't had a reason to smile in such a long time. But now you've come into my life and you've given me a reason to smile. I've had a lot of men in my life, but I haven't had nobody that made me smile the way you do. I haven't had nobody that understands me the way you do. I haven't had nobody that's not trying to screw me or want me to screw them on the first date. I haven't had nobody that just taking out the time to know me first and get to know me as a person and allowing me to show them what type of man I can be. You know what I mean? And he's given me every opportunity to showcase that, and I've done that. And when I gave him those shoes, he wasn't expecting me to do that. You know, we've only been dating for like a month and a week, and I wasn't doing that, you know, to splurge. I did that as a symbol of my appreciation, because I appreciate him. I'm happy because of him. I smile more because of him. Like, I'm not moody because of him. You know, I have a reason to text somebody good morning, to make somebody feel good, to do this for somebody. It makes me, I feel good when I do things for him. Like taking him to the fair and paying for everything. For some people that's a lot, but for me it's not. Just to see the smiles on his face when I do things for him is a-okay with me. You know what I mean? And he appreciates the little things that I do for him. I don't give a fuck if it's gas money I'm giving him. He appreciates it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So we're basically at the beginning. Like, we just out dating. We've been on 3 dates over the last month. We're about to go on our 4th, and we're just getting to know each other. Like, we were just on our 2nd date, we was having pizza, and we were just talking about our history with our families and everything like that. Like, we were just having a conversation, and it's a lot more that we have to know about each other, but we're getting to know each other. And I like the slow pace that it's moving, because, you know, sometimes you can talk to people, not go on no dates, and get ignored within the next few weeks. You know what I mean? So I'm really, really liking him. I'm really feeling him, and I hope that it continues. You know what I mean? I want to continue this situation with him, because he's a very cool person. He's out of the norm for me. He's not really my, you know, he's not the type of dude I'll go for, but there's something about him that draws me to him, and I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very, very happy. I get goosebumps just talking about this man. Like, I like him, you know. And I've had a lot of young men in my life, but he's young and very mature. It's like he's on the same level as I'm on. You know what I mean? I'm 27. He about to be 24, and I'm about to be 28. I'm like 4 or 5 years his senior, but it's cool. You know what I mean? It don't feel like I'm talking to somebody that's 4 or 5 years younger than me. You feel like I'm talking to somebody my age. You know what I mean? So if you wonder why I've been so happy lately, and you wonder why I've been in the mood to do a lot of happier things, this is why. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep on. You know, it's early on. I'm not trying to rush it. We just dating. We getting to know each other. We taking each other out. We're doing nice things for each other, and it is what it is. You know, I haven't been in a real official relationship in over 6 years. You know, I've had situationships. I had people I was trying to get to know. I had people I've been involved with, but a real relationship I haven't had in 6 years. So I feel like it's my time. And I kind of feel like Jana is putting me and him together. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was friends with both of us, and the fact that we came together when she passed away is just something to me. Because after she passed away, that's when we got to know each other, and we went to dinner after she passed, and we were just drawn to each other after she passed. But we both had our own situations going on, so I feel like this is like courtesy of Jana, and I believe Jana is doing this because she was important to the both of us, and we both cared about her, and we both loved her. So I feel like this is her doing in a way. And then with the psychic saying that he was gonna find love this year, it's crazy. I hope that it was me that she was talking about. It looks like that's who it is, but we're gonna see about that. But I'm happy, y'all, and this is the first segment of Bae Watch. So I hope y'all enjoy it. If you enjoyed it, please leave your comments below. I know it was more than 5 of y'all that watched it, but so please leave your comments below. Just know that I'm in a happy, positive place, and I have nothing to be moping around about and nothing to be unhappy about, because I have someone that got me open, somebody that gets me. And it's amazing when you find somebody that gets you. And I'm out of here, y'all. To my rant, I'm